morning everyone, and welcome to today's HiiT workout. So as promised, I'm going to progress every session a little bit further on, but I will always give you options to stay at the slight level below, so you're always comfortable and safe. I'm going to introduce just a brief warm-up in today, because I do definitely want to make sure that you're all warmed up through your tendons and your joints, ready to do the little bit more jumping that we're going to be doing today. Good, so coming onto your mat, just going to tuck my microphone as always so that you can hear me. So we're going to start just jogging on the spot. Okay, it's only going to be brief, this warm-up, so I want you to be already, maybe have a little walk around the block or something, so don't spring out of bed and start doing this. I want you to be already just that little bit warmed up. Let's just jump from side to side slightly, because we want to warm up the sides of the hips and the legs. Good. We're going to do some squats, because that just warms up around the knees, the joints, ankles, lower back, legs out, squatting down, opening out the hips a little bit there. Lily, can you close the door, please? Lily. Good, and then lunging from side to side there. Good. Bring your feet in, hip width apart, and sliding down. Brilliant. Good, and then the ankles, pushing up and nice and fast with these to warm up around the Achilles, and then alternate to get those going. Good. Roll the shoulders a few times. If you feel like you need to repeat that to get your body going that little bit more, then please feel free. Hook your hands together and stretch straight up. Oh, I just stepped back into the sun there. That's lovely. Good. Well, I have got myself on the hard surface today, as you will notice, rather than out on the grass, because as soon as you start doing any kind of jumping, you do feel like you need that firm surface underneath you. The grass and the soft surface kind of absorbs all of the energy and you just get sluggish, and I really noticed that yesterday, I've got to say. So, the first exercise, we're going to have the legs out, hands in a bit of a prayer position here. The full exercise is 1, 2, 3, push and jump. 1, 2, 3, push and jump. Now, everybody always has a problem with throwing the arms down on these jumps, but actually by throwing down rather than swinging your arms up, you actually get a little bit more stability and a bit more force. So, you may do 1, 2, 3, just straighten. 1, 2, 3, straighten. If you want to work a little bit harder, sink lower. If you can't sink so low, don't. Okay, so we've got a few different options there. And we have 30 seconds. Knees out, toes out, hands in the prayer position. Off we go. 1, 2, 3, push. 2, 3, push. 2, 3, push. If you can't get used to throwing the arms down, just do whatever. Most important thing is you're moving. Don't get too stressed about whether you're doing that kind of thing right. 2, 3, push. 1, 2, 3, push. Land strong with the knees pointing out. Good. Stick your bottom backwards a little bit. 2, 3. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, coming down onto the mat. Just going to tie this up because it's getting in the way. Bring your heels close to your bottom, curling up into a shoulder bridge, and come back down. Now, the reason I've chosen this exercise with those knees pointing outwards is if you do have any knee problems, actually by doing the squats and the squat jumps with the knees out, puts less pressure through the knees, because the forces are going downwards through the hips rather than over the tops of the kneecaps, which is where a lot of the problems come from usually. Okay, 3, 2, 1, coming back up. Good. Knees out, toes out, not too wide. Everything gets in the way a little bit if the legs are a bit too wide. And remember, you don't have to do the jump quite yet if you're not quite ready. So we have 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, hands together. 2, 3, push. 2, 3, push. Remember, if you're wanting to really push yourself, sink down and back. 2, 3. You're allowed to lean forward slightly on that last sink, but throw those arms down. You'll notice a real difference from the jumping today if this is the first time you've done it. 3, 2, so we'll stretch out our quads. Lovely. Onto your backs. Heels close to your bum, stretch your arms down by your sides, tucking under, curling up, pushing your knees away. And just relaxing your breathing, getting your breathing a little bit more back to normal. Good. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Don't knock the chair, you'll knock my phone. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, coming back up. So, last one. Ooh, wobbling. Last one of these. Knees out, toes out, hands together. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. 1, 2, 3. Push. 3, push. Leave some for me. 3, 2, 3. 2, 3. Get yourself in a bit of a rhythm. Quite often the third one feels quite a lot better. 10 seconds to go. It's a bit longer than I expected. Good. 2, 3. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, so that is probably a nice big step forward. So I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for that. Moving on to those jumping exercises is a real step in the right direction. And that's one of the harder ones, to be honest. You'll feel your quads from that. Good. But it is nice and safe. And just do remember, if you feel any pain or anything, just reassess, do some stretches, see how it feels tomorrow. And it might be a matter of going back a step to Pilates, to all sorts of other things, to then build your way back up again. So the next exercise we're going to do, it's still got a little bit of bounce to it. So we're jumping out and in. But the forces are in a different direction, as you can see, because you're on your hands. Good. You can be down on your elbows if your wrists are a problem. And you can step it out, out, in if you want to. But the full exercise is jumping out and in, trying to keep everything nice and strong. 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Good. Keeping your body strong, your tummy in. Strong through the arms. Good. Drawing in your tummy. Good. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. That's going to come out, so I'm going to put it there. I'm going to be really cruel and make you guys do a plank in between. So, onto the elbows, legs out, and if you're feeling a bit daunted by that, bring one knee down and hold the plank with one knee down, and I'll tell you when to swap. Squeeze your body, keep that nice body tension to keep you nice and strong. Swap knees if you had one down. And relax your breathing. I quite like to bounce into the heels because it kind of keeps me going somehow. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And stop there. Okay. Set up onto the hands or on the elbows if your wrists are sore. And we are ready to go. Keeping everything nice and strong. Remember, step it if the jumping is too much. Good. Keeping your bottom down a little bit. Strong through the arms. We've got 10 seconds to go. Three, 2, 1. Lovely. Sit back in your heels. Stretch that one off a little bit briefly before our plank in between. On to the elbows. Stretch your legs out one at a time. Squeeze in your tummy. And off we go. Good. Cool. Keeping your bottoms down. I think mine's a little bit high looking at the camera there. Swap legs if you had one knee down. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Oh, little series here. Good job, we're only doing 3 different exercises. Okay, so third one of these. 3, 2, 1. Legs out. Off we go. Pulling in your tummy. Staying nice and bouncy. Good. Soften the knees. Let the knees soften a little bit to allow you to jump. Good. 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Sit back on your heels again. Brilliant. Okay. So we're going to turn over for the last exercise and do an abs-based one. You'll be glad to hear. There are not many abs HiiT exercises, but this one is a very interesting one. You're going to be in a crunch. Legs are going to be up. You're going to be rotated to one side, and then that same leg is going to pull in fast. In, pull, pull. It's really hard. Most people really struggle, at least the first time, to get the forceful bit as a pull. You want to push out. You want to push out fast, but the out is slow and pull. Out is slow and pull. Okay, so hands behind your head, into a crunch. Legs up to tabletop. You can have one down, by the way. Come over to the side and pull, pull, pull. So remember, that leg can be down if you want to. Pull, pull, pull. We do 30 seconds on one side, then we do 30 seconds on the other side. Pulling in your tummy. Your back will slide around on the floor at the back. Squeezing in. Keep rotating. Keep in that crunch. In fact, the slightly higher you crunch, the more stable you will feel. Keep breathing. Good. How are we doing? 3, 2, 1. Oh, and you'll feel it in that hip flexor. We'll stretch that off in the end. At the end. Hands behind your head. Crunching in between. Good. So remember not to push yourself and have the other leg on the floor if you need to. And you could always not be in a crunch at the same time too, if you wanted. Good. Brilliant. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. Legs up to tabletop, crunch, rotate to the other side. Remember, come a little bit higher and go. So you're higher, slightly higher than you want to be. Drawing in your tummy. Breathing the whole time. Try and keep the other leg as still as you can. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Should be really feeling those abs now. And then we're going to do the crunches. Since you can feel them, let's do some more. So the crunches in between. Relaxing your breathing. Use this time to make sure you know you're ready for the next exercise and you can give it your all, because this is the last one. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're going to do 15 seconds each side. Legs up, crunch, rotate to the left, and off we go. Left leg in and out, pulling in your tummy, crunch that little bit higher. Good. And other side. Nice and high in the crunch, elbows nice and wide. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bring the knees in. Well deserved rest. That was hard, those 3 exercises, so you should be very proud of yourself if you've made it to here with me. Good. And as promised, we're going to stretch off those hip flexors and quads. So if we come into this position, kneeling on one leg, tucking the bottom under, you can see if we can pick up that leg behind us, but ooh, wobbling. Up tall, drop the shoulders, tuck your bottom under, and breathe. Lovely. Now then, can we bend this knee? You can then go lean forwards into it a little bit, because you need to come above the kneecap there. You can lie on your front and stretch your quad, or just stand up and stretch your quad. You don't have to do this ridiculous exercise here. I'm just trying to keep the flow. Now let go slowly, because it's all a bit nerve-wracking when you're kneeling on that knee. Other leg, stretch the hip flexor. Drop your shoulders. Good. Just tuck your bottom under to stretch that hip flexor. Good. Lean into it. Pick that foot up. Don't worry if you can't do this exercise. Just stand up, like I say, and stretch the quads, or lie down on your front to stretch them. It's much nicer if you're on the grass, I've got to say. Good. Nice. Okay, tuck your toes under, stretch your bottom up, stretch down into each calf. So with the jumping, you may feel your Achilles or your foot or your calves, so it's good to stretch those off afterwards. Breathe into it. Good. Walk your hands to your feet, hang there, and you can stretch down the backs of the legs. Let your arms and your head go heavy. Good. Curling up, stretch one heel forwards to stretch your hamstring. So it's not the best way to stretch your hamstring when you bend, just bend forwards like that. And then the other side. Good. Circle around with your hips, just to ease those up a little bit. I've got that sun on my face now, the sun's creeping over, that's really nice. Ease the ankles. Good. Well, thank you for joining me for that today. Like I say, you should be very proud of yourself. If you've made it this far through the HiiT workouts, then do keep going. You'll get to such an exciting level of fitness by the end of it, and I'm really enjoying giving you this journey through of these progressive HiiT workouts. You'll feel yourself getting really fit without even realising it. So make sure you share it with your friends. Give me some posts and some tags on Facebook and Instagram. Just Kim Saha on Instagram and Kim Saha Physio and Pilates on Facebook. Anyway, that's a bit complicated, but definitely like and subscribe to my channel. Take care, guys. Bye.